Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. What I would like to do right now real quick is just kind of give everyone a little quick update of some of the projects and videos that are coming soon. The most exciting one for me right now is I'm finally going to get to visit Rupert down in Kyushu. I met him about a year and a half or maybe 2 years ago during the first Minka summit that took place down in Kyoto in the mountains. And I was just walking around the different booths, and then I started talking to him. And then all of a sudden, he just started talking. It was just intriguing, his story and everything. I have a video of it, and this video right here, and the link will be below. Where are you from?
Fukuoka.
Fukuoka.
Yeah, so
okay.
900 kilometers by K-truck.
By K-truck.
It only took 19 hours.
You mind if I record you?
I've been on TV a few times. So
Oh, really? Where?
so shy. Down in Fukuoka.
Okay.
And also the nationwide TV show, the Yuwa Nanishi Nihon E. Why did you come to Japan?
Really?
So they came from Tokyo
Yeah.
to my 145-year-old Minka.
Yeah.
And filmed me.
Oh wow! Please check it out. I mean, it was really intriguing. Several other folks have interviewed him as well. He's been on TV. Some other guys' YouTube video, I'll provide the link below, has multiple millions of views. I really don't think that the video that I'm going to do on him is going to attract that many viewers just because of my content. But that would be pretty cool. But I was really drawn to his story and his lifestyle. He just left everything behind. He was or is a professional photographer.
For work, because I'm a photographer.
Oh.
I did TV stills, and I went all around Kyushu to everywhere.
Really?
Kagoshima, Fukuoka, straight down to Kagoshima.
Yeah.
Everything in between.
Yeah.
And it's great, free.
So is this your work right there? This picture?
Yes. Yeah, this is my rice that I slaved and growing by. I managed just small production, 12 kilograms.
12 kilograms. That's it.
For black rice, it's
Yeah.
a supply when you mix it.
From what I understand, he used to live in Hong Kong, Singapore for many years, and left it all behind and moved to the countryside of Japan. And now he does a lot of farming, tea, rice. I remember one thing that he said to me is that he has found his calling. He has peace finally in his life, and he's 57 or something like that. And again, I was really intrigued by that. So
and everything by hand. I do my rice in this.
Really?
Serene. I made that.
Where are you from?
Yorkshire, north of England. Been in Japan 10 years, Asia 30.
Wow.
Oh yeah, no, I've discovered my aim in life.
Yeah.
This is rice
Yeah.
and tea. I mean, they're kind of staple crops,
Yes.
especially rice.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to his place. I'm going to drive my van and spend a couple nights over there and just hang out with him and do some recording and just help him with whatever yard work I can. I asked him if I could take a weed eater or anything like that, and he said, no, I'm fine and everything. Right now it's kind of the low season. Finally for myself here too, so I'm able to get away and go over there. Also, what I wanted to do is go ahead and show you guys what I got going on with the Japanese garden. I'm going to start that very soon. Additionally, I just received and ordered a table saw so I can start the French cleats for my garage. So if you have any ideas, suggestions on how to do that, please let me know. I ordered this on Amazon Japan a couple days ago, and it was delivered today through Black Cat. So if you are planning on moving to the countryside and you're concerned about the deliveries, trust me, absolutely no problem. As you can see, they delivered it to inside the house. I was asking my wife, why didn't you just have them drop it off in the garage? Because now I have to take it over to the garage. Okay, so now that it has finally cooled down a little bit and the grass is not growing as crazy and I have time to concentrate on the Japanese garden, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the material to prevent the weeds from growing through. So for the most part, there will be decorative rocks throughout. Those pavers will remain somewhere around there. Somewhere along here is what I'm going to do right now, is kind of sketch it out, and so I can order it on Amazon, because I kind of looked last night and I'm able to order for the most part what I need. And I'm going to get one of those little pond things and make sure it fits, and then make sure that there's enough room for this water basin that used to be right there where that rose is at. And I dug it out, rolled it over here. It's quite deep. The water portion itself is like up to here, so this will be in the water. I plan on offsetting it to the side somewhere, and then have enough room for a pump, and then somehow route the water back around this way. And I don't know if I'll incorporate it into this old one. See, right here there's this hose right here, and there's another one right there. I'm not sure if I'll do that or not, but I would like the water just to kind of come down like this and into that water basin. But along with that, I want the bamboo features, the shishidoshi, where the bamboo fills up with water and it drops, and then it bangs up against the rock and it makes that clunk clunk sound. Again, from here, the pond, water, rocks around here, and we already have the spotlights going on over there, and all up to here. That's the plan. Let's go ahead and go outside, and I'll show you my little cilantro garden that I got going on, that I worked on this weekend. Probably gonna end up chit-chatting with the neighbor a little. I won't show her. She's a really nice lady. We exchanged vegetables and stuff. Day before yesterday, she came over. I gave her a whole bunch of grapes. But yeah, let's go ahead and go down there, and then I'll go ahead and go down to the garage and show you what I have going on over there as well, little by little. But those are the plans, folks. So let me know. And again, looking forward to visiting Rupert, and I think it's going to be a cool time. We already agreed that we're just going to just kind of chit chat and camp by the lake, sip on some sake and some snacks. Look forward to that video. I think it was going to be kind of cool. So last year, you probably, if you tuned in, you saw that I converted this into some garden beds. And then what I ended up doing is I emptied this out. I put all the good soil up on here on the top. I plant this cilantro in each of those holes. I'm not quite sure. Normally I just spread it out and it comes out nicely. And then I cleaned out this section right here for my strawberries. And eventually I think I'm going to put another row of strawberries right there on the top, and maybe even a third one, kind of like a tier system. But one thing I have to do is I have to protect it from the crows and everything. So yeah, I got to work on that. But cilantro is a must for me. And then I was also working on my biochar. I have some some charcoal, and I threw it all up in here. Look at that, looking good. And got some manure and put in there and let it charge. Let me go ahead and walk up this way real quick, but let me show you the higambana. These dragon lilies, I think they're called in English. This is the season. Look at them, really pretty. Isn't that so cool? Everywhere in town right now. And then here in about a week or so, they're just gonna die away. Everywhere in town. And then all the rice fields are turning kind of goldish. People are preparing to harvest their rice, which is good because right now rice is kind of scarce in Japan, and many stores and restaurants can't get it. All right, so let me go ahead and take you down to the garage real quick and show you what I kind of have in mind, little by little. I have too many projects and not enough time. The story of my life. All right, so what I have been doing so far is putting plywood there, and then insulation as well, kind of like that side over there. That side is I made a shelf, and then some hanging for some tools, and eventually I'm going to do the exact same thing. Kind of that shelf is going to follow along right here, and then the same concept right here, and then follow along, connect with that. But somewhere along here is where I'd like to incorporate some sort of French cleat system. I have lots of wood This newer looking one, the stuff that I got from, wherever. But this older one right here, all this is wood from the original house. And so that's what I want to incorporate that as much as possible, such as this used to be where the floor was at the tatami rooms. And so yeah, so right here, your typical, with the jars, and so you can see through. I'm trying to make it as functional as possible, but also kind of repurpose stuff. So I think that's really cool. Like I had this old sign that I had in my garage back in the States, and I have a couple others, here. Z78. I'm a big Z fan, so I had a bad Z when I was in Arizona. That's so silly. Now I don't think I would ever choose that, but hey, it is what it is. Let's see, what else do we have here? Parking only for Z's, and let's see, this parking for Papa's Z only. All of us would be towed away. But what I'm going to do is kind of put them throughout the garage, but with a second purpose. So anything with a magnet, I can just go ahead and put them right there. See, check it out. See, isn't that cool? Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing there. All right. That was a challenge for my wife, because she told me that the black cat guy carried it in all by himself. Also, let me go ahead and show you the bougainvilleas I got going on here. I think they're going to do really well. And I'm surprised that here in Japan they don't have a whole lot of them, because they're so colorful and so pretty. And the reason why I'm doing it, well, because of that, but it reminds me of home back in Mexico. But what I'm doing with this one and this one over here is I'm training it to go over this big retaining wall. I think it's going to look really cool when it's hanging over. So what I'm doing, as it grows, I zip tie it. So here in a few days I need to come over here and zip tie this and get it to go over down this wire. The same on this side, and I'm doing the same with the roses over there. I also like succulents, and this is actually a bonsai dish, but you just throw one of these petals in there, boop, and they grow. What I did this weekend, back when I used to live in town in Iwakuni, I had multiple pots of succulents, and all of these started with, again, one of these. Let's see, one of these. Just throw them in there, and eventually they start growing. And I combined them all into this, what do you call it, hibachi? Where back in the day, where they fill it up with coals and provide warmth inside the house. Of course, I drilled some hose in there to provide drainage. These are quite expensive, but I got this one for 1,000 yen, mainly because there's a crack down here, so hopefully it'll last. But it was kind of an experiment. It's quite heavy right now, but I think it's kind of cool because one is kind of unique and provides a little bit of a color.